Okay, hey everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And I am here today to just discuss this thing that has been, or this idea in a lot of women's minds, married women. Okay, this is from women who are currently married, or maybe it could also benefit women who are not married and who are looking to get married. But this idea or this notion of, I'm supposed to be happy all the time in my marriage, that is a false idea that I don't know how it started. I don't know where or when it started, but I'm here to tell you, ladies, that are married, or even if you're looking to get married, that your marriage in and of itself is supposed to make you happy all the time. Or you're supposed to be happy all the time in your marriage. First of all, as a human being, as a woman being, you're not always happy in your own individual personal self. You're not always happy. But that doesn't mean you don't love yourself, right? Exactly. It's the same thing when you come together with a man. Women, when you come together with a man in holy matrimony, it means that you and that man are working together. Okay? Both of you are working together. Both of you are cooperating to make the marriage what it needs to be in order for both of you to be happy and satisfied. Happiness is an emotion. So it's up and down, up and down, up and down. That's pretty much what happiness is. Some days you wake up and you go about your business. You may be happy in the morning, and then by the time the afternoon rolls around, you are just done with happiness, and you're just there. You can't even find a string of happiness anywhere. That does not mean that your relationship with your husband is messed up. It does not mean that it is at that time you get ready and jump ship and call your marriage quits. No, it just means that during those periods, when you're high in your happiness and you find that you are dipping in your happiness when it comes to your marriage, don't look at your husband. That is the time to look within you. Well, why? Why can't you look at your husband? Because your husband is not responsible for your happiness. Think about it this way, ladies. Your happiness is not inside of him. It's inside of you. It's your feeling. It's your emotion. It's not his. So it is very non-beneficial, or maybe not effective, for you to blame your husband or your marriage and decide, is at this point I'm not happy, I haven't been happy for a while, and this, that, and the other. Then you blame your marriage, you blame your husband, and then you call a divorce. Ladies, come on, let's keep it real. When you are unhappy, you have to, first of all, turn within and look at yourself. Maybe you've been neglecting. Maybe you've been a little bit too lazy to pay attention to your own self, your own individual needs. Because even though you are married, you're not independent, you're interdependent. You still don't lose your identity as a woman in your marriage. So because you don't lose your identity in your marriage, you still have to pay attention to your individual self. Are you doing the things that actually create an environment of happiness within you? Or are you being lazy and expecting your husband to do that for you? Nope, ladies, that's not going to work. Okay? That is just being pure lazy. You have to actually work on yourself. Okay? Whether you have children in your marriage or whether you are childless in your marriage, you still have to learn to manage your time and create periods or pockets of time throughout each day where you're checking in on yourself and you're checking in on your emotions, and you're trying to find, or ask yourself certain questions. Hey, how am I feeling now? And then if you're not feeling so good, try to figure out, hey, what's going on within me that I'm not feeling so good? You have to learn this whole thing called self-care. It's not just going for a facial, going for a spa, going to get your nails done or whatever, your hair done or whatever, makeup done, whatever the case may be. That's just the byproduct of self-care. The first and foremost self-care that needs to be done, ladies, is you have to check within yourself. Do a good self-check and find out, where are my thoughts and where are my feelings? Because you do know that your feelings come from those consistent thoughts, those thoughts that you keep dominant within your mind. They help to create your emotions. So if you feel like you are in the valley of your high emotions, if your happiness has taken a dip and it's in the valley right now, ladies, you are responsible. You and you alone are responsible for picking yourself up. For you to turn around and look at your husband that, oh, he's not making me happy. No. He's not supposed to make you happy. You are supposed to make you happy first. And once you start making yourself happy and you become satisfied, then there's this energy you create around you that goes out to others, and they automatically just, down the line begin to be happy around you too. It's what kind of energy are you creating around you? And to create a positive, happy, satisfied energy requires work. You're just going to have to work. This is not a job for women who just want to sit down and be lazy and expect someone else, to take on that responsibility for your own inner happiness. It's just not going to work. That's why I'm always talking about, you have to get to work. If you know you don't want to do the work, then maybe you should just, consider not even, those of you who are not married yet, maybe you shouldn't consider marriage just yet. You have to decide within your mind that you are going to put in the work, because everything, honestly, in life requires work. Even having this so-called soft life that a lot of women want to have. A lot of married women want to have the soft life too. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you're not just going to have the soft life without putting in work. First, you're going to have to do a lot of work. The soft life is given to those women who have done a whole lot of inner work, who have done a whole lot of changing their attitude, changing the thoughts that consistently, hover around in their mind. You've got to do that. Your behavior doesn't change until your mind changes, really, so it's for those women who have really done the inner work or are still doing the inner work as is, and their behaviors are starting to change and show that healing is taking place. Those are the women that attract the type of men that give them that soft life that they're looking for. So while I want to wrap up this video, let me remind you that satisfaction in your marriage is number one. You have to be satisfied. If you are not satisfied, pick yourself up, ladies. Married women, pick yourself up and do those things within the laws of your marriage that will bring you joy and satisfaction. Don't worry about your happiness, because guess what? Happiness goes like this and like this. But what happens to satisfaction? Satisfaction stays the same. It doesn't dip if you're doing the right work. Let me just give you an example. I do have children, and as much as I love my children, there are some times that because they are children, they could do some certain things that just press my buttons, and then I'm just like losing my mind. At that time, I'm losing my mind with my children. I may not necessarily be happy with what they're doing. But does that mean that I decide X, I'm no longer going to be a mom? No. Am I satisfied with my children all the time? Yes. But I may not necessarily be happy with them all the time. My happiness goes this and because I'm a human being, and every human being, your happiness goes up and down. Up and down. It does not mean your marriage has to end because of that. No, it doesn't. It's at that time when your happiness has dipped that you have to remind yourself why you even got married in the first place, and remind yourself those things that keep you satisfied, because satisfaction does not dip. It just stays linear. But your happiness goes up and down because your happiness is an emotion. It's going. You expect your happiness to go up and down, up and down. Expect your happiness to do that. That's why you lean back into your satisfaction and stay there while you are working on your getting your happiness level back up. It's the satisfaction, ladies, that will keep you going. It's not your happiness. You cannot build your marriage on your happiness. It's just like saying building your marriage on your emotions. No, you can't do that. Nobody ever built a marriage on emotions and succeeded. That's why the divorce rate is really high. That's one of the reasons why divorce rate is really high. And women are the ones that are the most filing for divorce, because I'm not happy. I'm not happy. I haven't been happy in so long. My husband doesn't make me happy. I'm no longer happy in my marriage. The problem is not your marriage. The problem is not your husband. The problem is you, married woman. So take heed and listen and take accountability for your own happiness. All right, that's what I have for you today, ladies. Until the next video, I'll see you next time. Bye.